It's not live right now. I'm not seeing you unless I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah. Get there now, because I just hit the board. I'm sorry for that. But we're live now. We're trying to straighten up our system here, but we are live right now.
Okay, yeah, now it's live now. There you go.
So, I think the president gonna be here pretty soon. It's just like we are sorry here because the internet giving us problem here. But let me straighten up this internet issue here. And we're going to okay, now we are live. So please share the show here with the share the show here. And let us wait on a little bit for the president of the Grand Union Association to kind of join us here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us here, please share the show here on my stream here. We are in studio here, the Blaze Radio station here in Monrovia, and 90.7. We're going to be here for the next 1 hour here, talking and discussing everything about the Grand Judicial Association in the United States. This is actually 1 year anniversary of Madam Edith Poah'S. She took the leadership of this organization last year, and this year it's actually going to make this year made her 1 year. So, Mr. Zayu Apore, if you are there, give us a little bit. What are some of your the disadvantage since your leadership last year? Because your this leadership took power, and there were a lot of little bit of division. So, what are some of the things you guys did to put your people together?
Oh well, Mana Idepoa is pro peace, and which you have access to. There's a communication that was sent to our brothers and sister on the other side. I don't like that language overside, but I hope I can get a better word for that. But our brothers and sisters in the GGAD, she wrote a communication for a unification meeting, and the guys graciously they replied to that communication, uh, but they did not uh, come out to have that program or that meeting to be actualized because they had I think inauguration or some major program that was in the pipeline at the time, and so because that meeting wasn't held, but the president has been making effort in a direction because she believes that in unity we can find strength because we live in the United States, and the United States, the country is strong because the people are united. The president has looked around the world. The countries that are doing well around the world, those are not countries that are divided. So you have United Kingdom, you have United Arab Emirates, you have United States, and we can go on and on. So the president is seeing the examples of those nations, what they are doing. And so she's trying to learn from that. She thought that our community being fragmented is not in our interest. And so because of that, she is making robust efforts to making sure that the community comes back together.
Thank you, Madam President. We were discussing. Welcome back. We were discussing the role that your leadership is actually take. What role your leadership took to actually bring like likes of Boti Tayon, Octavia Gilman, Josephine Slew, because we all saw in Iowa, Des Moines, what happened, the election. So you're being to power now. It's been a year. Have you reached out to both T Time and Octavia Gilman?
Yes, our administration reached out to Mr. Boti Tire and also Mr. Gilman. Mr. Gilman is active with us. I reached out to Mr. Boti Tire several times, and he hasn't really. Pretty much, he's not ready yet to attend the union's program. I don't know reason best known to himself, but we reached out to him several times. I'm sorry. I would like to apologize because people kept calling regarding the show not going. I mean, being on Facebook. So I just the VP is sharing that, so we should be fine right now. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
Okay.
Too much
Yeah,
interruption.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you reached out to Boti, but he's not ready yet. You talked about how about the likes of Terman Collins, Matokana, Bu Yone.
Yeah, Honorable Unit was at the convention. He attended the convention. I spoke to my boss, President Collins, and he was supposed to attend the convention. He had a problem. He never went. And also, I called President Marta Khanna. She said she would try to see what she can do to attend the next event, but she was not ready to go to the just in the convention.
Okay, Madam President. Thank you. But Madam President, I have to bring this question back. The Mr. Solo answered, but we didn't get the exact figure. How much was raised at this gone election, this gone convention in North Dakota, both the Queen contest and the gate intake, the grand total.
We right now the financial team is still working on the full report, but when we exited the estimated report that they gave was over 50,000 at the convention when they announced what we have. Madam Steven, the treasurer, she said we were over like 50,000 when we were at the convention, during the convention weekend. As it is right now, we are trying to check the list. Some people are greetings. They went into the event hall and members were supposed to pay $50. So if you are listening to me, please take note. For those who are active members, our greetings are paid $25. And we said, of course, members should pay $50. Our record shows that some people enter and pay $25. So we'll be reaching out to those members who were supposed to pay $50. And for some reason, maybe it was just like misstep. Maybe they thought everyone was supposed to pay 25 and some of them pay. So we are working on the report to be able to get back to the general public. And please be patient enough. We'll be able to give you the full detail, the full report.
Thank you, Madam President.
Mhm.
What are some of the difficulty your administration had in over the past year?
He, when we took over, if our administration, is still going through a lot of challenges. But from the beginning of our administration, we took over an institution that was deeply in trouble financially. In addition to that, we have multiple deaths. We also had divisions. We took over a union that had like two chapters like active. And the records. GGA was, GGA and chapter like 23, and we had 23 chapters before during the Collins Board administration. And then when President Williams took over, I really don't know what happened at the end. When we took over, we had like two chapters pretty much active. So now we are connecting with the various chapters, traveling all over the place. We do have like 11 chapters as it is right now. So from two chapters to 11 active chapters. When we say active, there are chapters that were registered during the convention that paid their fees, but didn't have any activities in that chapter. So pretty
Oh,
much, you know, no activities going on. The members did not know what was going on. Like pretty much the chapter was like not in full gear like it used to be. So we try to
so
reach out to people.
as we speak, you got 11 chapters that are active. I mean, paying the $300 yearly due. 11.
No, besides the $300, when we say active, we want to see activities going on. It's not like you pay the $300 and your members are not coming to meeting. There is no activities in the chapter. So when I talk about 11 chapters, I'm talking about chapters that have activities or events going on within those chapters.
11 of them.
Mhm.
So can you name them? Because maybe the other chapters, if we get the names, then the other people might, you know, try to reach out to you and try to make their state or their chapter active. So do you have the list of the
I
active
can.
chapters?
So
Because
with the
I can remember before we went to Iowa last year, we had a listing of active chapters, including memos. Do you have that listing of how many states, how many chapters that are active?
right there, I can tell you,
I
like
know Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is one of them. So
what being active.
yes,
Okay,
I
so
mean active chapters.
when we took over Pennsylvania chapter was registered, but the activities was, the activities within the chapter was very poor. So that's what I'm saying. When we say active chapters, we're trying to make
I'm
sure
just
that.
you just told us that you got 11 chapters. Can you name
Mhm.
those 11 chapters that are
You talk
active?
about Philadelphia. So with the chapters we have in the East Coast right now, we have we have Rhode Island chapter, New England chapter that we have to reach out to because they didn't register at this convention. We're gonna reach out to them. But when we took over, they started to have activities going on in those two chapters. The active chapter in the East Coast right now, we have PA chapter, Metro DC chapter. We have, of course, the state of Georgia chapter, where
And
the
from
see where you from, right? We have we have Ohio, of course, Muna Warity, one of the powerful leaders. We have your Kentucky, Tennessee
so
chapter.
my chapter is active.
Yes. We have Utah. We have Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota, and we also have Missouri. I just came from Missouri. We also have Arizona chapter. Plus, I can list this chapter later on and be able to tell you all the other chapters. But those
Okay,
are the
thank you.
chapters I
Yeah,
can
th-
recall right now off here.
okay, thank you, Madam President. So what you actually want to tell the Grangians tonight? They're listening to you. After we're done with the American thing, the America, I want to know what Gigi is doing for our brothers back here because I'm actually in Liberia and the administration. Is there something you're doing because in the past we had scholarship to the pay people from the Nigerians that are in the university and those in the local college in Nigeria paying their fees. Their scholarship thing they have. Your administration is what's your administration doing about your people back home?
Okay, let me tell you, when we took over, we have order of priority. And priority number one was the put, which is peace, unity, and transparency. That's our first order of the day. So because we know with peace, unity, and with the administration being transparent in every action, we will be able to recruit our members. And in addition to that, we'll be able to provide the needed services here and also back home. So with the port, when it comes to peace, like you just saw they just in a convention. We did everything with the division within the community. Our membership now is increasing immensely. The chapters I just told you how we just recruited like 9 chapters. So when it comes to unity, in fact, when we went to the convention, one of the things that I loved the most about the convention was how happy people were. We were all hugging each other, dancing. I mean, the amount of people that attended with the deaths that we have in the community with all the issues we were faced with, the convention was very successful and people were very happy. So when it comes to unity, we are actually doing pretty well uniting the community. Transparency, it has been one of the issues in the community that we are faced with. People concerned about their financial, you know most people will complain about, oh, financially we don't understand what's going on. And in fact, we don't trust the administration. We don't want to donate. You can see people donating all over the place, all on Facebook, everywhere, because we put our financial house in order. We started with making sure that we create account that we have cash app, wherein we would not have cash people depositing money into personal account for people to be able to deposit their monies like into the association's account. So we do have the cash app system, we have the Zelle system, we have PayPal system. You can go to the bank and be able to deposit anything you do. You will have instant result. You will see, for example, if you put your money into Cash App, you will see GGAA. Zelle, you will see GGAA, because it's very very important for people to understand where every penny is coming from and where every penny ends. So with the port, and like I said, our first order of the day, we are pretty much good with that. And I would say kudos to the team. We have a very hardworking team, and in fact, the entire membership for trusting us and actually considering us to be able to make the kind of donations that our members are making. Very amazing. The team and the membership, everyone doing fantastic job. In addition to
Yeah, Madam
that,
President, Madam President, I mean, what you right there, you talk about transparency.
mhm,
You had a convention, I think from the 10th to the 6th, and up to now, you do that. I think today is the 16th. I'm talking about 10 days, and there's no exact amount of money that were raised. The figure is not, I mean, do you
wh-
think that people going to wait for another 1, 2 weeks to get the total amount that were raised at a convention?
when we talk,
What's the treasurer doing? Why is he not giving up figure? Why is he not putting it out there? The Grand Association had a convention in North Dakota from the 10th to the 6th, and this is the exact money that was raised. Why are we going to wait for 2, 3 weeks to get the
no,
total
this
amount?
is this is what's
You
going
don't
on.
think that people are going to be you don't think that people are going to be questioning the issue
I don't think
when
that
it
people
comes
are
to
going to have
transparency?
issues. What the people want to see is for us to be transparent and give them the full report, like detailed report. When we when she gave the estimated amount at the convention, she was talking about the intake at the convention and the cash app, the Zelle deposit. We do have fabrics, we have t-shirts, we have hair wraps. So we have to make sure we get reports to be able to submit to everyone. And Fringina, since we took over, they never had a problem when it comes to actually making financial report, because our report comes with documentation that you cannot even question, because our documents are so transparent for you to be
We
able to
understand,
understand.
Madam President, we understand that, but we're talking about the timing. You got 16, got 10 days. You almost gone the days gone. So you got 11 days for us to get the total amount and your people. That's all we're saying. But anyway, Madam President,
But let me, and because I just want you to know, when you say, and this is what we are, because you remember the Constitution give us the Constitution actually gave us the authority to be able to get the listing of all the people that went to convention, the people that donated. And we want to make sure we have all that record in place. We want to make sure we have everything. And when we submit the report, it is not when we don't have a time frame like, oh, okay, by this day, right after the convention, you should be able to submit your report. However, it is reasonable enough for us to be able to make the report at least maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to be able to submit the full detailed report. So we just want you to be patient. Your reports and the conventions, people that attended the convention, everything, the list will be, attached to our report.
okay, thank you, Madam President.
You're
You were
welcome.
talking about the question that I asked you about our brothers and sisters in Liberia back home. Is there any plan for that?
Our
Your
brothers and
administration?
sisters back home, we will not forget them. And this is one of the reasons why the union was established, for us to help ourselves here and then be able to help our people back home. We have, like I told you, we have order of priorities. We said we're gonna this the put. Now the put is already settled, pretty much. So we have the previous leaders platform and projects that they had. We are not gonna jump and say, oh, we're going to start our own projects when we have other projects that already, on the decks for us to implement. Because leadership is continuity. You don't just come on board and then you say, oh, I'm going to do away with everything else and start new thing. So please bear with us. President Ubert and the other administration, they left with us a library project, a basketball court. They granted the academy and the women resource. However, the administration, one of the things we decided, in fact, when we took over, I went to Liberia and met with the caucus team. We do not want to go to Liberia, start to implement projects when the leaders in the county have no clue about what we are doing. They just see like us doing stuff without them being invited, or without them being part of the process. So we decided to reach out to the team. I reached out to Mr. Yaya. I had a um, conversation with him 2 days ago. Madam Marie, representative. I reached out to Senator Yaya, Representative Marie Johnson, Representative Dibley, Senator Zoe Pena, and also I just reached out to Representative Jeremiah Sokin. Our representative, the senior senator, who is the caucus head, Mr. Yaya said he's gonna have a meeting and will get back to us. And we also supposed to send him an email so we can be able to meet and have a discussion to see the way forward regarding our projects. We do have money from the convention to be able to implement projects. We are not gonna sugarcoat stuff because we are here for business.
I think somebody calling the president. She's back.
She gotta go and
Are
she
you?
gotta, she gotta go out and come back in. The audio is not coming up right now.
Go and come back, Madam President. Go there, go back, go out and come back. Come back in. So, but Mr. Jefferson Solo, Zaya Pola,
Mamlaga.
So I mean, the report coming out of that came out of North Dakota is a very encouraging one, 50 some more $1,000, because I actually let it follow the coin contest that he had. They raised almost 34,000, 33,700 and some more dollars were raised that night, first of its kind in the organization's history. So, Madam President, welcome,
Thank
welcome
you.
back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we understand that internet people calling you.
Oh, so you asked me a question. I'm sorry, I just got back. So what was your
Yeah,
question again?
wait before you go back, Madam President. Next year we're gonna have an election in my hometown, Kentucky.
Okay.
Are you prepared to are you will you contest in an election in the first place?
We are not going to sugarcoat stuff because we are here for business. Of course, our administration would be able to engage the process in the election because we know there are more things to be done. And 2 years is not enough for us to be able to get the things that needs to be done for the Cringenians. And I can see that the Cringenians will find a reason for us to even be able to get in the race to do more things. I received a couple of calls from leaders asking for this administration to go back in the race because we are doing a fabulous job. And of course, we look forward to you, Mr. Prince Dubber, to be able to preach the message. If you are in Liberia, you know exactly what the country needs. So pretty much, I don't think you're going to have a problem even supporting this administration.
You coming back 2025? Well, how strong would it be? Because this time, you remember, Madam Poa, you went, nobody went against you. It was a white body, but this time, people met the requirement. They're coming back. How strong? How strong is Edith Poa?
People have the right to get in the race,
I
but I
understand
know
that,
for,
Madam President.
but
I
I
say, how
know,
strong is Madam
but
Poa?
let me tell you now, what the trend that I'm coming with is that Grenadians have done their own assessment. Our 1 year activities. I'm sure Grenadians don't want to say, "Oh, Edie, we apologize," or we, that's looking back home. Christians do not want to apologize to this administration, by not electing us. within a period of 1 year, you know, pretty much Grenadians now know what's, you know, which direction the union needs to go. And so the strength we are coming with, I know the Grenadians, the ladies, and other people, the guys, they are all prepared to make sure that our union gets the best and it deserves the best. This administration, no doubt, we are ready to work we are ready to work, and I'm sure the members can see that. So the strength we are coming with right now, the members will be able to, you know, take us through the election.
Okay. So
Mr.
with
Halls,
the
I think we are here to supplement what the president says. So
that's
are we
yeah,
allowed to participate?
I was coming to you guys, Mr.
Okay,
So,
go
Mr.
go ahead,
Zaya
go ahead.
Pole, Mr. Balu. Go ahead. You guys can come in. How strong would this power team be 2025?
So Mr. Salo works directly in the office of the president. He can try and then I will supplement what he says.
Mr.
Thank
So,
you. Yes, thank you. Sayapode. I love that name. Well,
Thank you.
honestly, Team Port is coming back strong. In as much as in every process when people compete, you need to put in time and appeal to the people, you know, solicit for support. But we are now at the point where record speaks for itself. So it's like building a house. Tell me the tenants you're going to put in the house. That tenant that will take care of your house, or someone that will just go in and ruin it. We are proud to be a part of Team Port, like the president said, with a platform, a digital platform that she now established. And I believe this platform helped expedite the process of even announcing the estimated amount from the convention. We are not worried about chasing down individuals to find out, hey, how much was sent to your cash app, you know? But now we have a digital system, the first in the history of GGA to be recognized, first of all, by PayPal. The people can make payment donation through PayPal. First, also in the history of GGA to be in the App Store. You can go on Apple, Android, and download GGA app. So we are talking about systems. So electing Madame Poy for the second term gives her ample time to accomplish a lot more. So we are asking the GGAA community. You have seen result through Madame Poy's administration, and I believe this is one of the reasons why she is eligible for re-election come 2025. I give it up to the rest of the team members.
Mr. Porter, is that your Porter?
Yeah. So Mr. Dober, we want to say that for sure, Mana Edith Poa, there are several reasons why we can stay for sure that she coming back for the second time will be a tsunami. You know, the people say when your Christmas will be good, you can see it from the eve, right?
Yeah.
The convention that was held, it sends a strong message to the community that the lady is ready for our community. Prince, I like to say more, but I want to read a portion of this communication to see what the president is doing, right? So, Team Port, if you look at the acronym, one of the things that is in it is peace, right? So,
Yes.
in the effort, in the quest to fusing the community together, she said, this is what she wrote a communication to our brothers and sisters on the other side. And the reply, yes, part of the communication, they say, Dear Madam Poa, the National Administration of Graduate Association in America or in the diaspora, GGAD, would like to convey its heartfelt gratitude for demonstrating good leadership. Our brothers and sisters on the other side talking, demonstrating good leadership, and affirmatively.
When you mean your brothers on the other side, who are those brothers?
I mean, I'm talking about. I mean, it's an amalgamation of two gender, right? Genders. So you got the GGAA or GGAD. I mean, so the Graduate Association in the
Oh,
diaspora.
okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
So because Manapoa believes in unity again, so she sent a communication, and they replied to her. They sent a communication. The National Administration of Graduate Association in the Diaspora, GGAD, would like to convey its heartfelt gratitude for demonstrating good leadership and affirmatively responding to its invitation to attend GGA inaugural ceremony scheduled for September 23rd, 2023 in Philadelphia, PA. So she wrote a communication and they replied her, and I think Manapoa, you went to that program. I was also there. She attended that program, so that's a positive overture to bring in the community back together. That's one thing, and that's why you see the convention, the turnout was epic. Mr. Doba, another thing I must say, one of the major the strongest critics of Manapoa is the Honorable Gibson Jeru. And right now, Mr. Jeru is on board. Just thinking about that. Somebody who used to be on the internet and criticizing you and verifying you and berating you, and the person is now in your corner. That speaks to Manapoa's ability to bring out people on board who don't even agree with her. I can also reference the other young man in Arizona, Mr. I think what's the name? Alex. I can remember it's Alex.
It is G.
Mr. Gia, one of the guys who was on Manapoa's back, but she did not get angry. She reached out to the brother, and now Mr. G is on board. So we are seeing the palpable steps of Manapoa bringing back the community. So I don't know when the other people come, what they will say. They will say, oh, "We will do it," whereas the woman is telling you, "I am doing it now." So that's a huge distinction. So as it was in the past, so it is now. On the Collins Poah administration, the Graduate Association will also vibrant and robust. You are witness to that, and now we are seeing the resuscitation of the organization. I mean, after it went down out of the prior administration, you can see again. So we have multiplicity of reasons why we think when we are coming back, the brothers and sisters that will go against us, I mean, they will just be wasting their energy, their calories to come against somebody who is insurmountable. I'll just stop there for a little bit.
Thank you. They will be wasting their time.
And in addition to that, Mr. Dubber, if
Yes.
anyone loves Grand Jita right now from where the union came from to where it is right now, you would think that instead of us even trying, like the other people, like I told you, some presidents call to be able to ask us to get in the race and for us to continue what we are doing. It has to, maybe, I don't know. I hate to say that for someone to say, I just want to unseat this administration. Be- like Mr. Doc Sayapur said, what are you going to say, pretty much? But again, everyone has the right to get in the race and do whatever they want to do. But out of love for our county, we want to make sure that we, find a reason for us to be able to do what we are doing. When we get to, the people say when we get to that bridge, we will be able to cross.
So, Madam President, what we are saying so far, you think you can?
So, Prince,
Can
come in? Can I come in?
who's this? Is this Gibson Jeru?
It's
Can I,
Mr. Bolu.
can I come in?
Patrick
Oh, is this?
Bolu.
Okay, Patrick, go ahead, Patrick Bolu.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in a dark. No curry in the house. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry for. Yeah, so thank you, Prince. Thank you for bringing us on the show tonight, and let me say thanks to the president and other team members for expanding extensively on the administration's achievement for, the first anniversary. You asked some beautiful questions, and they have been answered satisfactorily, and I'm very impressed. But this is the thing, Prince. The president came to power on.
Again, and that's the internet here in the West African nation, like you. So we will get there. You come back, Mr. Jeru. You just joined, Mr. Gibson Jeru.
First of all, I don't know why you keep calling the man his man name. Saya Pole, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I understand. that the man name you calling that.
Man,
Yeah.
That's a strange name. This
it's the same way. It's the
Mr.
same way.
Yeah.
Gay is young way
Same way
phone.
we got you
This
as singer.
this country
Okay.
will kill us. Yeah.
Okay, I
This
think
country will
Patrick is bad. Let Patrick continue.
Yeah, go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah. So Madame Poah came to power on the pedestal of hope to renew GGAA, to restore GGAA its integrity, its status, why it was meant to be. Bring some transparency and accountability to the union. Restore membership's confidence in the union. Bring people back on board. And stop the eating of people's money, randomly or at any opportunity. All of these things she came to stop. And very interestingly, she has stopped them. So as we speak right now, Port is working very effectively and impacting lives. All right. This is not a story to tell, but this is something visibly, available out there. Every empirical evidence is out there on the internet, in the communities, and everybody can see that Port is working. And Port peace has returned. All right. And peace will not suggest to anybody that there will not be disagreement. But at least we can have disagreement in our diversity. We don't agree, but at least for the community purpose and sake, we can make things happen. Unity is at its best at a very appreciable level. Look at what the president did. The entire community now come in one single place. All right. So to reach out across the union is very simple as compared to previous years. Before then, you'll be looking for numbers for individuals to send out messages to people. Perhaps before, if the union wants to send out information to the various chapters or to individuals of concern, they will be looking for contact numbers of individuals through which they can pass. But right now, the community is just interconnected. By the time you send one message into the national platform, the entire union is connected. So that is the basic, that is the essence, that is the fruit of unity. So she brings everybody back together. So on the anniversary of the 60th anniversary of National Unification Day, we already got all Grenadians already reintegrated on their common union. We already got all Grenadians already, brought together under one umbrella. So right now, whether you agree with Madam Poah's administration, whether you support the administration, whether you don't support the administration, but out of us, we are into that one room there, talking Grenji there. Whether you disagree or you disagree with somebody, you agree with somebody, but we're talking Grenji there in one room. That is a significant achievement that I want to really stress. The last part on Port, which is transparency. Just imagine, my brother, prior to Madam Poah coming to leadership, Cash App for convention donations, fees here and there were literally paid to individual accounts. Since the woman came to power on her team, no single member of the administration for any whether emergency has received cash out for somebody and then still keeping it or doing whatever. By the time somebody wants to do a donation to GGAA or wants to pay a fee or what is death contribution or whatever it is, the payment system is uploaded to you right there. You pay it through that system. And when you pay, your screenshot is sent right into the chat room so that everybody sees what you have paid, so that everybody views it, so that it can be, oh, I paid to the person and then I can see my name. So that is the beauty of transparency. Another thing that I see she's doing that is very unusual of leaders is leaders who want to run on organizations back, to help themselves or to enrich themselves. President Poah has made several trips across this chapter or across the union. She has gone to Iowa. She has gone to Iowa. She has gone to North Dakota, South Dakota. She has gone to Missouri. She has gone to other parts of the union. But guess what? All these trips the president has made. In fact, yeah, she was in fact Georgia the last time. All these trips the president has made, my brother, there is no record whatsoever that it comes at at the expense of the union. To say, okay, you know, I'll be the president today. She's going to Missouri chapter. So what? You upload her plane ticket. You bring some money from the account. Let pay her tickets to go. No, this is the greatest sacrifice of leadership I've ever seen in my entire life for anybody. You know that the president who's supposed to be paid by the union or who's supposed to be facilitated by the union to move from place to place will not ask for anything. We take her own money, get on a flight, go from place to place. In fact, in some of the chapters, in fact, the people are so gracious. Say, "I'm my president. You are doing enough now." Like in was it in LSGR state,
Arizona.
Missouri, Arizona. Yeah, I think Arizona. In Arizona, when she went there, you know, the people were so impressed with her performance to the extent that they honored her. They gave her an award. And besides that, they said, "Madam President, this one here, we will honor write the cause for you. Yeah, you have done so much." So no president, there's no record that any president has ever done this before, that they go from place to place and they will not use GGA account. But only President Poah and her team. Not only she alone, but all her team members. LCUS, the last time all of them went to Missouri to go pay respect to how they call it, Ellen Glay. They pay their own way. This is the highest degree, you know, of selflessness. So GGA money has been saved, nothing at all. Thing is, the issue that has to do with fiscal discipline, my brother, is something that we need to emphasize. Now people are coming. People money is being accounted for. When they pay their money, it goes into the national account. Nobody goes beyond it. Nobody goes to take anything there. So the people confidence now is growing. Look at the chat room, brother, 1,000 plus human beings. And you know, people have even thought that the chat room have been ungovernable because of the large quantity of people, the large number of people there. But everybody feels pleased. Everybody feels satisfied. Nobody's criticizing the administration anymore. So this is why Robert Greene said, "Win to your actions, not your argument." So the question of 2025, we know men are preparing already. But the men who are preparing, they are coming to meet a woman. All right? Yeah, a woman who is also an iron lady. So her action has spoken well of her. Legacy is very clear. I mean, it's carved. I mean, this legacy is cast in stone. And posterity will come to read about it. They will say, "But the woman here, she served one time as GA president, and this is what she has left." So I will pause here. Let our most astute advisor come in. I mean, to expand on it. We got more to say. In fact, I got a full comprehensive update on the president's state of affairs of the union in the last 165 days. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Patrick.
Let us hear from Gibson. I want to know Gibson.
I think Patrick actually spoke.
Gibson,
Yeah.
Gibson, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
And Gibson, I heard that you were one of the senior critics of Madam Poah back in the days. What made you to jump on board?
I have criticized almost everybody, and Madam Poah was not even was not safe from the process. In fact, when she was vice president, Honorable Hilma Collins, I criticized her very well. I was with Dadue, and we criticized people very, very well. You know, let me tell you something. People, you never know the leadership character of a person until they get into the seat. And that's exactly what I have observed, what I've discovered about Madam Poah. Something that I want to hammer home today has to do with her ability to take criticism, which other leaders were not taking kindly. There is a person before a major discussion, before a major decision is made, we host a pre-decision meeting. In that meeting, we brainstorm together with her. She's not imposing her will on us, and we all argue and take votes and decide the course of action that we need to take. We take the course of action right after our meeting, after the decision is made, after a major meeting is held, like a general meeting is held. This president will call what she call a post-analysis meeting. In a post-analysis meeting, we are going to point out the errors of the administration, not exempting her. And she will say, "What did I do wrong? Tell me where during the process, during the meeting, what did I say was not supposed to be said?" And we will criticize everyone who says something. Will come out of that meeting smiling and agreeing to what we have discussed. I've never seen that with any other leadership. Look, I'm calling on Grandians in America today. Even after Madam Poa, we should consider using women as our leaders more. I think we are getting better leadership out of these women rather than the men. It looks like the men are tired to lead, and I think the women are doing very well. And Prince will not elect you, Jana. We'll keep Madam Poa there for now. Even if you put your name in the race, we'll say Prince will love you, but we'll carry Madam Poa. So
Gilmore is coming out. Gilmore is coming out. Power on here. That one. Yeah.
the last thing I wanted to say before I let maybe the COS or the president or second come in, the organization is more driven to help our people who and whom today
See,
than it has
what will
ever
you name?
thought
No.
of. Meetings upon meetings,
So,
strategies
Patrick,
upon
let me
strategies.
mute you because we got a
Mute
feedback from
me.
the area. When you were talking, I will get you off. I'll put you back on. So, Patrick, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, this is the leadership of the Grand Guerrero Association, the national president, Madame Edith Poah, and her deputies are here with us tonight, and she's telling us the, the work so far and 1 year anniversary of the Edith Ginawe administration. Madam President,
Yes.
okay, let us go back to the president of the organization. Mr. Jerry was talking, and so Madam President, after you got elected, with all the criticism that you got from Gibson Jeru in the past, who reached out to who here? You reached out to him, or he reached out to you?
Of course, I reached out to Mr. Jerry.
How
You
about
know,
Bobby Tory? Have you reached out to Bobby Tory yet? Hillary Tory of material of Minnesota.
of course, I
Have you?
reached out to Mr. Tore too, as well. You know, it's not about when people criticize you, you need not to take it personal, you know. And people who know me, I am not faced by what people say or what people would think about me in a negative way. All I see is pretty much if you have a passion for something, you just want to stay focused and do what you want to do. Mr. Dubber, my passion for my people and my county to see that we get the very best in our county and even we that outside of in the county or country we work together to be able to improve our lives. Is very, it is very dear. Those things are very dear to me. So I'm not faced by people criticizing because if the time I take to be focused on that, I will not be able to move ahead to see what I want to see. In other
Oh,
words, a leader you will always be criticized. It is your responsibility to convince those who say, "Oh, you are this way," and of course you're going to tell the people, say, "No, I am not." People are going to think about you however they want to think about you, but it's your responsibility as a leader to be able to explain yourself. Let your character speak. So for people who know me, the more you talk about me in a negative way, the more if so let me give you the secret now. The more negative things I hear, the better I become. Because I'm gonna reach out to you, and when a person who thinks like gives Mr. Jeru, you know how Mr. Jeru, Michael Goa, for example. These are people who used to like really they didn't even think I was a
Those are
female.
the, those guys are hard landlords.
Yes.
And
And
you managed to get them in your
that's what
administration.
leadership is all about.
Go out now. I think he's a membership committee guy. He got all these things going on. I mean, so yeah, but Madam President, I think you from your role in the Judea community, you did to me. I don't want to say people going to say, oh, he's campaigning or he's trying to sad here
It's
because I
okay
saw the
to
thing.
speak out.
I saw it happen. So I mean, these are the Gibson Jerry. For you to get Gibson Jerry inside, you get Michael Goa on your side. I don't know. You got Helen Victoria on your side, Bobby Victoria. Then they're going to
But
say,
let me
well,
tell you
you
about
did it.
Mr. Jerry, right? You just got to convince him. And Mr. Jerry, when you try to, I know, like when you try to engage him, please don't try to be a weak person or to be the one to be so sensitive, because being sensitive will not hold. Because he likes to see you like feel pain when it comes to like him coming at you. And you say, look, okay, whatever you're doing is getting to me. And with me, I will reach out. We will be able to discuss the issue, stay on track. And once they try to deviate, I say, look, let's come back to the subject and provide information to them that they need. Because it's not about you getting so upset because the person said, Gibson, if I was the kind of a leader who very sensitive, I wouldn't be getting what I'm getting from Mr. Jeru, because Mr. Jeru has a lot to offer to our people. Look at Mr. Goa. You know, our app that was created was done by him. There are a lot of people. So we just gotta be able to work together and see what we can do for our county.
Okay, thank you. Well, Madam President, before I open the lines, let us go back to the question that I asked you, the previous question about the people back home here, the scholarship, the Grand Jude University students here in Monrovia, the colleges and things in other counties like the Maryland community college or university, what he had people in there that was sponsored by previous your predecessors. Are you going to go back to the scholarship thing? Are we going to see that from you? Having a
Our
scholarship thing for our
membership,
brothers
the
and sisters
the
there?
committee here for education has a beautiful plan. So of course we cannot do anything without, getting education involved. Education is definitely going to be part of the things that we're going to do. So our education chairperson, Mr. Bafra, he's doing very well. He engaged a lot of other people. He tried to connect with colleges and stuff to see what best we can do. So when it comes to education, we are working towards that as well.
Thank you, Madam President. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, I know people want to call in here, but I'm in a studio here, the Blaze radio station here, 90.7 FM. So those who are listening to us via the internet and the radio station, I'd like to say thanks for being with us tonight. But I'm president, and we're in Liberia, and the time Fatok says after 10 o'clock here, and it's very dark here, and things, and we got to leave the station to go. But we will hope to get you on back here to actually continue your this program and talking to your people. I mean, I was very impressed, Madam President. I purchased my ticket to go to the convention, but because of coming to Liberia with my mother's stuff, so I had to cancel that. But I was impressed from the crowd, the people at the convention. I said, well, what did she do? How did she do this? So did you pick up the phone and call people individually, and especially the Queen contest? How you managed to get all these beautiful sisters together to get that money? What did you do?
We had a committee that was, established, headed by Madam Comfort Do and Madam Nizio York. I think you know these beautiful ladies, and of course, Madam Deconti Tay. The three ladies, they did a real beautiful job when it comes to the Queen contest. Cause I must give it up to them for a very short period of time, and also the queens that were that participated in the process, they did well. In fact, they all won. We had the Miss Grand Jury Association, and we had the first runner, and the
Again, we're having some internet issue here. The president, somebody kept,
She's still
calling
talking.
the president. When you
The
call her,
president, you gotta get up again. You are
you gotta
not. We
get
are not
up,
hearing
but you
you.
gotta put on your phone do not disturb. Then they're not going to get to you, man. President,
Right.
you gotta go up. And ladies and gentlemen, I was actually impressed from the coin contest. Can you imagine one night coin contest, 33,000 and change, almost $34,000 were raised that night from the coin contest. So again, Madam President and Mr. Zaya Pore, Mr. Solo, Mr. Jeru, let me bring the president back on here because we will soon be leaving here. We had exhausted our out here in the studio here. So, Madam President, welcome back.
thank you. I'm sorry that I had a call.
Yeah, I know that we were calling you. So, Madam President, we got this. We got 5 minutes to wrap it up because we gotta go. And Monrovia, and it's almost 11 o'clock. It's almost 10:30. So, Madam President,
So let's start with my team to give that closing remark, and then I can come
yeah,
in.
let us start from Patrick. Then we go to Jaya Poret and the Reverend. Then we come to you. Mr. Patrick, did I mute you? Okay, I think
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you, Prince, for the time. And again, let me say congratulations to the president and her team for scoring this massive success in, I mean, the first 1 year of our administration. I believe
Can
that
we
she will
can we
score
can we
double
take some calls? Is
for
it possible to take some
2025.
calls?
All we can say is to
No,
rally all Grenadians.
it's not possible, Gibson.
Yeah, it's a rally all Grenadians that irrespective of our differences, I mean, our social, political, or sectional lines, I mean, Grenada is everything, and DGA is all that you have to cherish. Give all your support to the administration. Give all your support to GGAA. I mean, Madam Poa, she means, I mean, she means all well for you and for the union and for the county. She is a leader to celebrate and cherish. And with her, we know GGAA, I mean, will reach the peak of success and will be number one of the all the diaspora communities in the US. I mean, all the communities in the US, Liberian communities, Grand United Association right now has been the most talked about and will be number one, going towards 2025. Thank you for the time, and I'm honored to be on the show tonight.
Thank you,
Prince,
Patrick.
Prince,
Thank
can
you
we
very
take some
much.
calls?
I just said it, Gibson. It's not possible. We're gonna talk to the management here and see if we can get the president back on that time. And
Yo,
then that way we can
Tell
have
Anthony to put some calls out.
I just said it, Mr. Gary. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, what he said.
It's not possible tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, we can schedule another show where we'll have a lot of time on our hand. Let us hold
Okay.
on, Mr. Zaire Paul.
The Prince, we want to say thanks for having us. We are elated to have come here again to talk to our people. The last time I read the Constitution of the Grand Judges Association in the Americas, the motto of the organization is say people united for excellence. And I'm seeing excellence coming back in the organization. And we want to appeal to our people. We cannot leave excellence and go to mediocrity, or we go to something substandard to that. We have to build on what we have right now by giving Edith a second term. And the reason I think it is important is because ladies are natural, and we can see the natural spirit of Mana Edith. I want the brothers and sisters, our children in Grand Jetta County, our smart children who are now in school as we speak, to have access to education. I want Edith to go back so that our pregnant women who are riding motorbikes to have access to ambulance. I want Mana Edith Poah to come back so that the hospital in Grand Jetty County will have medication, so that the people, when they are sick, they wouldn't be asked to go buy their own medication in order to get saved. We want Edith Poah back so that we'll be full self-reliance, because we need to feed ourselves. We can have a filtered and thickened soil, and then we are begging people for food. We have a lady who has all these dreams, all these the vision for our people, and going back somewhere else wouldn't be in the interest of the people of Grand Nigeria. So we want to beseech our people. We want to appeal to our people. You measure our senior comrade, at least for me, Bobby Tootie, and the other smart young man, McCarvin. I'm confident, I'm sanguine, sooner rather than later, these guys will be on board. Because Madam Edith Poah is resuscitating. She's trying to restore the legacy of their distinguished father. You know, the Grand Judges Association were established by people the Honorable Boone. Those are people that established the organization. And polarizing and fragmenting the organization is not making the spirit of the great man to be happy. And so Madam Edith Poah right now is doing just that. She is making the spirit of the ancestors, the founders of the organization, the progenitors of the organization happy again. And that is exactly what we need. So, Madam Edith Poah, I want to say congratulations for the excellent work you are doing for the people of Grand Jide. And we will be here for Maine because we have the tendency to take out good leaders and bring out people that are not in the interest of the community. And we can't let that stand.
You're not, you let microphone be there, you're not entering.
Okay, let me give my final speech. When I finish speaking, nobody's going to speak again because the man encapsulates everything I was supposed to say by himself. So I was just laughing, enjoying him speaking. I don't think I wanted him to stop. But yeah, he was right that the elders the elders who formulated this organization will be pleased to see that Grangidians are going towards a total unity, forging ahead for the betterment of our people in the United States and in Americas and back home. That is what we have wanted always. That is what we want always. And for those of you Grangidians in Monrovia, the next time we are having this interview, we'll also carry live on Green Doubles radio station in Zredru and will be live both in Zredru and Monrovia. If you are in Monrovia and you heard us today and any part of my giving and whatever pastor you are and you heard us today, we want you to trust us. We will do our best to put our around the president for her to succeed. The essence of unity is for us to be unbreakable. So we do not want to be broken by outsiders. We don't want intruders to come, divide, and rule us. So we cannot fight inside. If we want to fight, we fight outside. And that is my objective always. And I say thank you, Prince, for allowing us to come on your show with a short notice. And you are most welcome in my studio at any time to carry your programs. I will tell the manager and the program director to be cognizant of that. Thank you very much, Madam President, for this program.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry, Mr. Solo.
Yeah, well, thanks to my fellow associates, team members, and the executive director, Madam President, Edith Poah herself, a GGAA. Every leader's rise and fall depends on three things. One is knowledge. Two, understanding. Three, wisdom. We gladly receive information and we do our best to understand them. Then wisdom is the application. So Madam Poah administration is prepared. If you are critiquing her administration or you serve as opposition, we are not threatened by what you do or say. We receive those informations and we process them. And trust me, she will come back with resourceful solution. So keeping her in the presidential seat of GGAA is also another way of lifting this union up to a higher standard where it used to be. And that's why we are calling on the community, those who are running in the race, come on. But trust me, we love the competition. I tell people in every competition there is improvement. So let us go for this convention 2025. Carry Madam Poor, elect her. We hope at the last minute call, all candidates in the race will endorse Madam Poor, and we call it a day. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, let's go, Madam President. Give us your parting comment here, Madam President.
I know the pastors did not preach long. Got a bunch of journalists, media team. Okay. Well, thanks to you, Mr. Prince Dubber, for taking the time this late in Liberia to be on the show today. And also Mr. Jeru for providing the platform for us to be here. To the mighty woman of GGAA, our entire team. When I say mighty woman, Green G, that woman, I am so proud of the woman because it is the woman, behind this. And the women are doing so well. They put in so much time. They can't even like allow anything to just go away without them coming in to support and make sure that we succeed. The women are great. In addition, we have our veterans, our former leaders, the the young people, like if whoever and notice us at the convention, we had so much young people at the convention, new faces, too many people. They were all excited. We have, and I'm so proud to be the head of this team to give young ladies hope, especially from where I come from, in my county, in my country. Like most time, people a fight for me to get to this level. It was not an easy fight because some people felt like, hey, she cannot do it at this time. The union is divided, and some people maybe was thinking like because of my gender, so maybe I did not have the technical know-how to be able to get to this level to make sure things happen. But I'm blessed to have the team that we have. I say a big thank you to the entire administration, all the chapter leaders, all our people around outside of the county, outside of this place, the people that are in Liberia that are working. Of course, Mr. Patrick, Bolo, you are not here, but you can barely sleep at night. I just want to say special thanks to everyone. And I want to, when we are done with GGAA, I want any little girl, young females to be able to say, whatever Miss Manapur did, I'm sure I can do better. I want to give women hope, females, little girls, and stuff like that. Because at the convention, I saw some women at the convention in tears. Someone that came to me. Oh my God, we are so proud of you. Thank you for doing what you are doing. And we hope you can go back. I mean, crying. I saw this lady from Iowa, like I couldn't even stop her. She kept hugging me and sobbing. I said, no, we all doing this together. And to everybody that doing the work, let's keep up the good work and see what we can do to provide the services that our people need the most. And with peace, unity, and transparency, we will be able to do a lot for our county and do a lot for us here too. Here, so we can pretty much hold together and provide the needed services. Again, thanks so much to everyone, and of course, the people that are working with you, Mr. Double, tonight. I would like to say special thanks to everyone. And those that are watching, thanks for taking the time to be here at this late time to watch the show.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
The radio director is here. He's here. The president should think on the radio. Radio is moving on. Mr. Gibson, Jerry, thank you very much for allowing me to come in your Blaze studio. And this studio here is set up, and it just need a little bit of thing from the Blind Youth Association showing there. Madam President, I will hook you up with the radio, the director here, so you can buy 1 hour from them to have a show. I will be that they will talk to you. They
Sure.
say they want to interview you too. They want only Prince to interview you. So we'll talk that, and then maybe next week you can
Okay.
do that. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are listening to us. We're using the Facebook medium, and we're using the 90.7 FM. We'd like to go, and we'll be here maybe next week. We are in town. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye bye.